Good morning here from Palm Springs, California. Valerie Milano, the senior editor of the Hollywood Times and Aspiring magazine. I'm so glad to have my friend and this wonderful human being introduce herself right now. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me, Hollywood Times, and my dear friend Valerie. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Mina Hartong, and my pronouns are she, her, and the fun lesbian aunt you always wanted, and also a comedian, funny lady, and host. Nice to see you all.
Yeah, ditto. Mina, you're returning to Provincetown Women's Week, where you performed as a baby comic back in 2000 and 2001. What does it feel like to come full circle?
It is completely and totally exciting to me to come full. It's the biggest biggest announcement. I'm so excited I can't say it. Announcement that I made this summer to go back for Women's Week. And, you know, at my stage of my career, having done this for 25 years plus, full circle moments are what it's all about, right? Coming together, returning to where I started, where I was just, trying out comedy for the first time. So I'm so excited about this particular Women's Week, and I'm so excited to be there. Really, very exciting.
And I'm excited to be there to see you because I haven't been to P-Town in quite a while, so
Me
I'm
too.
very excited.
Yeah.
Yay. So do you remember your very first P-Town show? Were you fearless, terrified, or just pretending your knees weren't shaking?
I was definitely all those things, but I was more fearless, I think, than anything else, right? Because I had nothing to lose. Like I was brand new to the business. So my first show in P-Town was called Mimi's Wedding, and it wasn't a full comedy show. It was a solo show with comedy about coming out in Greenwich, Connecticut, and the wedding my mother always wanted. So I was up and down Commercial Street in a big wedding veil in a wedding dress promoting my show. And then for Herring Cove Beach, I did like I was, younger and like skinnier back then. So I did a cute bikini with a wedding veil up and down the beach. Because remember, no social medias. It was all postcards, right? All like paper flyers. And I don't think I even thought about it. I was just excited to be there and I had nothing to lose. And I was totally fearless about it. And just, it taught me how to bark, right? To be brave about talking to people. That was a big takeaway from being in P-Town. And I had wonderful shows and met wonderful audience. I went back the next summer to do more shows. But from that moment on, I never was shy about approaching people about a show. So P-Town really taught me that.
Because P-Town at Women's Week has such a special energy. What makes performing for that audience different from anywhere else?
It's kind of like when we run Olivia or any other women's event of that kind. There's nothing that gives me more joy than seeing lesbians and queer women having fun, right? Letting loose, feeling comfortable, feeling authentic, and just the joy of that. So that's a real privilege for me to perform at Women's Week or any event of that kind. It's
And
very, very special.
I hear you're doing 4 shows during Women's Week. How are you preparing emotional and creatively and possibly with snacks?
Always snacks. I was a teacher, so snacks, cheese sticks are always in my bag if you're hungry on Commercial Street in
I
October.
love cheeses.
Yes,
I love it.
I know. I love snacks. I need snacks because this is a 24/7 business that we do, right? In comedy. So right now it's about marketing and getting folks to know about it and to come see it. And then as we get closer, it's about, being in really good shape. Like the stamina that it takes to do a full run of shows. So making sure I get enough sleep and that I'm eating well and I'm rehearsing every day and bringing some new material as well. I'm really excited about that. So there's a lot going on right now. I wake up thinking about it. I go to sleep thinking about it, but I'm going to be ready for you all.
So, you started quite a while ago, and comedy has changed a lot since 2000, let's say. How has your voice evolved since those early Provincetown days?
I think my voice has evolved to be even more fearless as I get older, and that just has to do with aging too, right? I'm sure that many people feel that way at a certain age. You're like you don't care as much anymore what people think. You're going to do what you really want to do with your time and your life. And my comedy voice, I'm just getting braver and braver every show that I do. I'm getting more courageous. I do more crowd work. I'm I'm more comfortable on stage. I'm more confident. And my wife Pia always says to me at every show, she says, have fun and they'll have fun. So I think a big way that it's changing is I'm always nervous, right? It's performance, but I'm less and less nervous than I was as a younger comic, inexperienced comic. And I have a lot more fun up there and I'm not as nervous and I'm having as much fun as you're having. And there's sort of less of a wall between us. And I'm really enjoying that. I'm really enjoying that. I have so much fun up there now with my audiences. And I think I used to hold back because I was more nervous and new.
Not to give anything away, any spoiler alerts, but what subjects are making you laugh the most right now, and what topics are you excited to bring to the stage?
Yeah, that question that about, I was thinking about that. And, I hate to say it, but not a lot is making us laugh, making me laugh right now, right? It's a really tough time to laugh. So I would say that doing comedy right now is really helping me as well as much as it's helping the audiences. But one of the topics that's number one for me is married life. That just seems to be the gift that keeps on giving. There's so much material there. And my observations about that. And then sort of playing around with song parodies. I'm doing a lot more songs in my act. I'm not a singer, but I'm a funny lady who sings. So that's kind of drawing me in. But I can't say that I'm finding a lot of like topics in the world right now that are making me laugh or drawing me in. But what's really drawing me in now is being able to have people come to a show and be with me inside the world that I'm creating so we can both get some relief and some laughter, and some joy.
Love it. Love it. You're hoping the shows coincide with the release of your special. What can you tell us about that project?
So I know we don't have a lot of time. So what I can tell you about that project just briefly is that Miss Personality is the title of my first debut comedy special, which I filmed in Palm Springs. And you were right there in the front row, as always, supporting me, the Hollywood Times. And so that has been picked up by Comedy Dynamics and is right now being shopped around. And it should be released sometime later this year on some streaming services. So I'm very excited about that. That'll be my first TV credits in all these years of doing comedy. So that's a big deal. And I'm hoping that it'll be around the fall so that you come to my live show and then you can go home and watch it with your friends on one of these streaming services. So, if you follow me on social media, you'll see about that. So it's a big year. We filmed it in 2025, and this year has been all about getting out on tour, performing the show live, Miss Personality, and then eventually getting it on the big screen, right? I'm also pitching to film festivals, so I'm hoping that a lot more people will be able to see it. But seeing it live is the best, right? That's the most fun that we can have together.
That's great. I love the show. So of course I'm going to tout it. What do you say, Mina, to people like Olivia fans and longtime Women's Week attendees and anyone who needs a good laugh in October? What do you say to those people right now? Because Provincetown is equal parts comedy, community, flirtation, chaos, and sensible shoes.
Wait, doesn't that just sound like a text thread you were just on with a bunch of lesbians? Like everything you just described, which we just have Pride here in New York, so it's like, where are you? Da, da, da. I love you. You're gorgeous. Yeah, Women's Week is so special, right? And I love my Olivians. I love seeing them everywhere I go, having friends all around the world through Olivia. So I would say to Olivians, longtime fans, and then people who've never seen me before who haven't heard of me before. We have so much comedy going on at the Red Room. The whole week is about lesbian comedy. So come check it out and come be with us because it's gonna be like lesbian camp all week, right? It's a takeover. It's like when we do Olivia and we take over the ship or take over the resort. I mean, the town is gonna be like, a lesbian town for a week, 10 days, and it's ours for the having. So let's do it. And my show is early. It's at 6. So I know my lesbians, they love an early show, right? So we can, and it's an hour show, so you can have dinner before or after and still be in bed by lesbian bedtime, which is 9 to 9:30 p.m. That is real.
That's beautiful. Yeah, because a lot of us like to go to bed early.
As
Um,
do I get it.
so, just a couple more questions because I know, like you said, we're running out of time. But when audiences leave your show, what do you hope they feel besides slightly better about their own life choices?
I hope they feel better. That's the goal. I hope when audiences leave my show that they feel more connected. I I find that my material is really relatable to obviously lesbians and queer women, the LGBTQ community, but I find more and more that my material is relatable to so many different people. And I get that feedback all the time. I also was a teacher, right? I talk a lot about being married. I talk about growing up in Connecticut. I mean, there are so many ways in with my show. So I hope that people feel that a sense of connection, because that's what I'm there for. I'm there to connect with you. I mean, I love performing, don't get me wrong, but I love to hang out after the show and connect with people. And then the more connected we feel, right, the easier it will be to get through this world that we're in right now and to have more joy. We need it. We need it every day, all day.
You got that right, Mina. So tell us, how can people get tickets, follow you, and help spread the word? And when and where are you playing?
So you can get tickets now. They're available at redroom.club or Red Room Provincetown. You'll see it there. I'm going on October 13th through 16th. So that's 4 shows. They're all at 6 p.m. And what else? Followers are great. I am on Facebook, Instagram, I'm on TikTok. You can, if you don't know my material, please go to YouTube. Go to YouTube. It is all at Mina Hartong, and you can watch some clips and see if it's for you. And it will all be announced throughout social media. And if you're old school like me and you would just like to be on a mailing list, Valerie, I'm on so many mailing lists. It's ridiculous. I love them.
Exactly.
It's like getting mail. You can go to minahartong.com, and that's like your one-stop shopping. You can get on my mailing list and be done with this social media stuff. And you can get an email when the shows are happening. And you can also see all the ticket links and YouTube clips and all that up there too. So minahartong.com is a great place to go, and then all that social media. And you can go right now to redroom.club and buy a ticket because we are ready for you. I'm so excited. I haven't done a run of shows in a while. So to have 4 shows a week is really exciting for a comic. And I won't be wearing a wedding dress, but I definitely will be out on commercial streets saying hi to people. So I'll be wearing something Trina Turk probably, right, Valerie? Something to represent
Well, Trina Turk, something. I know that's always our running joke. We love our Trina Turk
we
clothes.
do.
Um, so we are the Hollywood Times today, and the Hollywood Times Official is our YouTube channel. My final question to you, my friend, because you're returning to Provincetown, if you had a theme song, what would it be, and would there be choreography?
Well, I love to dance, and you see my show. So dancing and singing is a big part of my show. I think it would have to be I'm coming out, right? The classic I'm coming out, right? Because so much of my origins in Provincetown was about being newly out of the closet and a newly out comic, and to be able to come back and still be here, right? Still be doing it, right? And I haven't quit yet, and I still love it, and I still get people to come in and see it, and we connect and we keep going. So it's got to be I'm coming out because we're always coming out, right? And Provincetown is a great place to just come out again and again.
Love it. It's so great to see you again. Keep up the great work and all the good material,
You.
all the new material, all of it. You're the best. Mwah.
Thank
My
you
best to
so,
Pia.
so much.
We'll see you in a
See you.
couple months
I'll
in
see you in
person.
Provincetown, girl. Wear your
Okay,
your Trina
sweetie.
Turk.
Great. Have a great rest of your day.
You too. Bye.
Bye.